and this is not a spring chicken today, we're gonna be talking about, okay, we do this every
Every year.
holiday.
Yeah.
And what we do is we talk about the holiday and what's happening. This holiday we're talking about for a lot of you is Easter.
Yeah.
And for some of you, you know Passover has already started.
Yeah. Right. I mean, okay, a big percentage of my family are Jews, folks.
Yeah, so happy Passover and happy Easter this week.
Yeah, and they've gotten older, so it's not as much fun as it was when they were younger. They still got a younger member of the family that's still having a good time, because basically it's lots of good stuff to munch on. No matter what they say, it's lots, just like
Food!
you know, like Hanukkah. So they you know, actually we love the fish. We love.
I know,
the fish.
when he talks about the fishes, first of all, I like fish anyway, but McDonald's has their Fish Fridays.
Oh,
And we happen to go to McDonald's, there's I think a Catholic school near it.
yeah.
And they always have the best fish
And
sandwiches.
coming back from the Long Beach Grand Prix on last Friday, we stopped at another place that's in a very heavily Catholic area, and God, I mean, we had 5 fish sandwiches that day, 5 of them.
Good.
Yeah, because they just, some of the places, honestly, where the Latinos and the Catholic schools are, they walk out of the restaurants with boxes almost of the fish sandwiches.
Which means they're always really, really fresh by the time you get them.
I mean, there's some places I would not go to eat a fish sandwich over at Disney. But we've done that, and it sort of tastes different. But we're talking about where we go, we found a new place where the stuff is magnificent. I mean, it's just so much different in those areas. But, you know, this is also, if you've seen our Easter things from years past, this is different because there's an awful lot of new material. I mean, I have 26 pages of material for this time.
What is the major change this time?
And one of the major changes is that scientists have now, you know, they've went back, studied the celestial skies, they studied this, they studied that, and they have placed the date of the crucifixion a date off of what it was originally.
Oh, really?
So we really don't have an Easter Sunday, we have an Easter Monday now, which basically causes fits. But the problem is that they can accurately determine where things were, you know, 10,000 years ago today, because of the, you know, with the plate, they can take pictures of where things are 10,000 years ago in the sky, because that's how long the light takes to come to us. And so they changed the date, which basically will cause havoc with everybody. You know,
Yeah, but I think they're still gonna celebrate Easter on Sunday anyway.
well, no, it's got to do with a long time ago when I was studying. You know, I studied filmmaking and journalism in college, among other things. I was a veterinarian, but you know, I had a lot of wasted time. You know, so, but I was taught by. Okay, here's one. They had a woman. Most people don't know who Edward R. Murrow was, but Edward R. Murrow was a big, you know, a very big journalist in the 1950s and the early 60s. He said simply, he said, when the legend becomes fact, print the legend. Mm-hmm. And this is what it is. Everybody, you know, basically, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday, Easter Sunday, no, they'll stick with Easter Sunday.
Because it's more convenient.
It's traditional. It's traditional. Sometimes the problem with a lot of things today is that a lot of what you see on Easter is tradition. And, you know, people are doing it. It's just like some things, okay, I'll go back to the thing when Fiddler on the Roof was known as the show that saved Broadway. And it saved Broadway by doing what?
Tradition.
Tradition. That's why they wrote that song, Tradition.
And he goes on
And
the
it
rooftop.
returned to the way Broadway musicals had been done. You know, Hair and all those things, they did well. The new musicals, Oh Calcutta, they did well, but they weren't sustainable. But the shows that basically, you know, South Pacific, Carousel, the Showboat, they were all part of a tradition. And tradition is a very important part of people's lives, because you'll see, you know, when you try to change people's tradition, it causes all-out war. So we're going to talk about, basically, Easter is the central feast in the Christian year. According to the canonical Gospels, Jesus rose from the dead on the 3rd day after his crucifixion. His resurrection is celebrated on Easter Day now. The scientists are now referring to it as Easter Day, not Easter Sunday.
Oh.
Because Easter Sunday no longer exists to the scientist.
Interesting.
The Chronicles in Death and Resurrection is variously interpreted between AD 26 and 36, traditionally 33. See, basically, this is what date timing is being done. The scientists are, here's a good one.
They have better tools now than they
Yeah.
used to have.
Scientists don't believe in God, and yet what are scientists doing? They're trying to give you absolute dates that something happened, which is weird because they debunk it. I mean, I saw a thing on,
Well, they'll say he's not God, but the man
I know, but
passed away at this point.
I sat there and watched on the educational channels last night, about half a dozen programs debunking, you know, the resurrection, the crucifixion, all of this stuff, and here the same people that are debunking it are giving you the accurate dates when things actually happened. So, it marks the end of Lent, a 40-day period of fasting, prayer, and penance. The last week of Lent is called Holy Week and contains Good Friday, commemorating the crucifixion and death of Jesus. Easter is followed by a 50-day period called Eastertide, or the Easter season, ending with Pentecost Sunday. See?
Oh,
And
I
some of
forgot
these
about
things,
that.
some of the things totally remain the same. No matter if you remember Easter Day or Easter Sunday, it changes none of that.
Well, you still have Good Friday.
You still have Good Friday. So.
I mean, technically, if Easter Day is Monday, then 3 days before would be Saturday.
Yeah.
But they'll keep it as Good Friday.
Yeah, and then here's another thing, which, you know, a lot of this stuff I said is brand new from this year. You know, actually, it is from this week, which is how
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
This is brand
wow.
new. This is why before we would do these things and they'd be like a half hour, 45 minutes long. This thing is 26 pages of new material.
Actually, you know what I haven't seen this Easter season, which you typically get, is where they talk about the Easter bunny and say it's pagan.
Oh, I know what I haven't seen. I haven't seen any of the Bass Rankin Easter stuff on.
The what?
The Bass Rankin Easter cartoons. I haven't seen those
Oh.
Easter cartoons. I haven't seen them anywhere. I mean, I always liked the, you know, hippity hop hop, hippity hop hop, hopping.
Maybe it
along
was
the
too early in the
way.
week. Maybe they end up more
Here
later.
comes the Easter bunny coming this way. That's all I can legally
Maybe
get
they
done.
happen later in the week.
Yeah, they're kidding. It's getting later in the week. When we did this, it's the middle of the week. So it might happen Saturday. Oh, I know what too. 10 Commandments is coming up.
It's usually Easter Sunday.
I know, I always watch 10
I always
Commandments.
watch that too.
Actually, there's a reason why I watch 10 Commandments. Look for
Were you in that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
a lot of...
Where were you in that?
I was...
That's a long movie.
Okay, okay, let's put it this way. I could actually play a member of my
Were
family.
you one of the soldiers?
No, I was a Jew. I was a Jew. There was one, okay, they had a lot of Jews. I got
There
to
were
be
a lot of people in that movie.
But put it this way, my grandmother's the only time my grandmother, who's a Jew, ever appeared on camera. You know, she's one of the... And I'm walking along behind her with my...
Was that when they were leaving Egypt?
Yeah, that's our big scene in that movie, folks.
Okay,
But I
have
watch
to
it
see
every
that.
year to see if I can see myself. I'm also in the scene where there's people up on top of the, you know, getting pissed off about the troops are behind us and the water is there.
Ah,
So, which, you know, I wonder, you know, I actually saw how they did that in the lab.
and why did you take us out of Egypt
Yeah.
to die in the middle of the desert?
And I was in the pagan scene too. Because you know why I was in the pagan scene?
Why?
Because they asked my grandmother, does your grandson dance? And they said, well, yes, can he do, you know.
That was the pagan scene where they were dancing around
This
the,
is
the
what they
golden
did.
ox or
Can
something.
he dance Jewish dance? You know, like Hava Nagila. And she said, the guy that was basically was a Catholic, she said they didn't do that back then. And they said, well, can he just, you know? Oh yeah, but that, you know. So I just. Yeah, watch for, you know, I'm not the only one. There's a whole bunch of people my age, you know. You know, well, we didn't have a choreographer for that thing. So, but I love this one too. This is a new one. Easter is a movable feast, meaning it is not fixed in relation to the civil calendar.
The civil calendar.
Yeah, it recurs during the spring in March or April. The method determining the date of Easter Sunday is complex based on lunisolar calendars. This is what I mean. They changed the date.
Which is why some years it's early and some years it's later.
This year has really screwed everything up. I know that. People are unhappy with the date on it. But now they have moved it. They have actually fixed it.
You think so?
Well, no, the scientists have fixed the actual date of Easter now. It's not, there's no, which means it will still be done this way, but they actually have this is what this is all about, which is why they're saying all of this. It's linked to the Jewish Passover by much of its symbolism, as well as by its position in the calendar in most European languages. The feast is called Easter in English. It's termed by the words for Passover in these languages, and the older English version of the Bible, the term Easter was the term used to translate Passover. Easter customs vary across the Christian world, but decorating Easter eggs is a common motif. And the Western world customs such as egg hunting and Easter bunny extend from the domain of the church and often have a secular character. See?
I don't know, I always want deviled eggs.
I always like, well, no, it's just the same thing. We haven't done Easter eggs in a long time, so we probably won't do them again this year because eggs cost. What happened was, when the eggs were like $1 for a thing, we'd go do eggs because we both love deviled eggs. So we do the Easter egg dyeing for everybody, then we go to the sink and make a great big awful mess by dumping dyes in and making it difficult. And then, as soon as it was all done and the eggs were cold, we broke the eggs up and, well, there's no children around, folks. Let's put it this way, mine is about that tall. So,
Yours is taller than me.
Yeah, my youngest was taller than her when she was,
Like 10.
yeah. So, basically...
She just happens to be tall.
Okay, here's one. The modern English term Easter has developed from the Old English word Esther or Ostra, which means developed prior, which itself developed prior to 1899. The name refers to the Estor monolith, Old English word, a month of the Germanic calendar attested by Bede, who writes that the month is named after the goddess Ostra, or Anglo-Saxon plays of paganism.
And it's actually Eostre.
Yeah.
Which actually is pretty close to Easter.
Yeah. But the feast held in her honor during the month had gone out of use by the time of his writing and had been replaced by the Christian term Paschal season. Passover? No. Basically, since Grimm, we're talking about actually Joseph Grimm proposed the existent form.
Joseph Grimm, like the author of
Grimm's fairy tales.
Yeah.
Grimm's fairy tales. Since Grimm time, linguists have identified the goddess as the Germanic form of the reconstructed Proto-Indo-European goddess of dawn. Basically also talking about eggs. They were talking about eggs during that time, so fertility type folks. Yeah.
And Easter morning he is risen again, so dawn.
Dawn, yeah.
The dawn of a new beginning, right?
Yeah, but we got some, Roman, Celtic, and other languages. The Greek word enhanced the Latin from Pascha is derived from Hebrew, Pasch meaning the festival of Passover. See, I actually can read German.
A lot of it has. Oh, you're reading German?
Some of it's in German.
Ah.
So I'm translating right now. So I was in Hebrew too, which is really, I'm really not good. I'm Lutheran. Half of my family is Jewish, so my Jewish is very, but I'm sitting there. Basically, in Greek the word upstanding, uprising, resurrection is also used as an alternative for the word. The Greek basically has a word similar, it means resurrection. The resurrection for Easter. So. Christian-speaking Arabic or other Semitic languages generally use a cognitive of Pesach, which is Passover. For instance, the second word of the Arabic name of the festival, Ayalfish, has the root FSH, which given the sound laws applicable to Arabic is the consonant, I love it, to H realized that such and such also means such and such, but it means resurrection. I'm trying to give you I'm translating as I'm going. But we've got Ethiopian, we've got Romanic languages. Okay, in all Romanic languages, the name of Easter festival is derived from the Latin Pascha, which once again is Passover. In Spanish, Easter...
Or it's like fish, like it's pesca.
Yeah, but it's all. In Easter, Spanish is the same word. In Portuguese, it's basically the same word.
These are all Latin roots, aren't they?
Yeah, in French, it's basically the same word, except spelled differently. In Romanian, the only Romance language of an Eastern church, the word Levia, resurrection, is from Greece. Greek again. Basically, we got, in all modern Celtic languages, the term for Easter is derived from Latin.
Right, because they're Latin-rooted languages.
In Dutch, Easter is known as Pasen. In Scandinavia, it's Paski. Basically, it's all words meaning resurrection. We can basically jump beyond that and say everything that means resurrection is what everybody refers to Easter as. So Easter means great day in Slavic language, great day, great night, resurrection. in Croatian, basically.